This time on Street Rat Garage, we are at the Kessler Schaefer Auto Auction for police cars. They're selling all the Crown Vics. So this auction is located in Indianapolis, and I just happened to be Googling auctions and it just popped up, and it just happens to be tomorrow. So I rushed right over here. I don't even have my GoPro, so we're filming this on the old iPhone. So if it's a little shaky, my apologies. But we had to come here and document this real quick. There are so many police cars here. Indianapolis has, I don't know how many police cars they have, but they have a lot, and they are always selling them off for whatever reason. But a lot of these they hang on to for a long time, like this one. This is one of our rustier ones, but you'll see police cars like this on the street right next to the brand new ones. It's crazy out here sometimes. That one's rusty too. Now, a lot of these are pool cars that are not take-home cars. Most of the officers have take-home cars. I think for the first year of their probation, they have to drive a pool car. Don't get to take it home if that's the still the rule. Some of these are detective cars as well. A car like this might have been some sort of drug enforcement vehicle, especially this one right here. It doesn't even have a spotlight on it, so this was something else. It wasn't a in-use vehicle, but it did have a center console in it, judging from the gap in the wires. And so it looks like a fairly clean car, this one is. But this one has been sitting for quite some time, it looks like. When they go and get decommissioned, sometimes they sit in the lot for a few months before they're taken apart and reassigned. The parts are reassigned, and then sometimes they're made into pool cars, sometimes they're just sent here to the auction. Well, let's see if this one will start up real quick. Oh, nice. It has 151,000 miles on it. Not bad for a Crown Vic. Really not bad for a police car. This is definitely one of the better Crown Vics. I mean, they were taking care of this one. It even has seat covers on the seats. This one is missing the bottom half, but look how good a shape that's in. This always happens, but it's not all ripped up from sliding in and out of it. So maybe not a big guy on this one. Let's have a look underneath the hood of this. They like to use interstate batteries in these. Pretty good battery. Pretty much just like any other battery, though. It lasts for a while. I'm sure they have some sort of contract. But what year is this? It sounds good, though. The engine sounds good. This is a 2000, where is it at? It's an 8-cylinder, blah, blah, blah. 2010, it's right there. 151,000 miles, Crown Vic. So, obviously, not a on-the-road police car. Some of these cars did duty like Child Protective Services. They may have used this vehicle as well. Sex offender registry, the warrant department, a lot of other uses for a car like this. And like I said, it's in pretty good shape. Now I'm just sort of going through the list here and looking at these. This is another 2010, and it was dead. It looks like it's been sitting for a while. What you can tell on some of these is see that corrosion on the aluminum of the alternator and the water thermostat housing. When they sit for a while, it gets a lot of moisture on there, and it gets that scaling right there. So that's how you can tell that they've been sitting on the lot for a while. Now this one needed a jump start. The fun thing about it is they provide you a jump pack, and you can come out here and start these cars up. So these are all the cars, and about half of these don't run. So you're sort of out here on your own, just sort of poking through these cars. You're not allowed to drive them, but you can start them up, put them in gear, make sure they go forward, make sure they go backwards, and well, hopefully that's going to be enough for you. Most of these cars are just decommissioned because of age, especially these Crown Vics. When's the last time they made a Crown Vic? Like, I think 2011 was the last year. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but after that is the Charger. And then there are some Chargers here. We'll look at a few of those too. Now this one sitting right next to it, it's missing the back window. So somebody needed a back window and they took the one out of this. But this car runs. I just started it up and it's sitting here idling. And I checked it to make sure it went into gear. I let it run for a little while. The AC's working on it. It has 185,000 miles on it. Now when they take these cars, decommission these cars, they just sort of rip the panels off and get the wiring out, and take what they need and leave what they don't. But they're always taken apart, so there's always some putting things back together on these cars. But that kind of helps get the price down, because this is open to the general public. Anybody can come and bid on these cars. But when some people come and look on the inside of these, they're thinking, man, what's wrong with this car? Why is it all torn apart? They were just taking the emergency equipment off of this vehicle. The laptops, the laptop stands, and any lights and wiring that it might have had. Some of these have spotlights on them. Actually, not very many of them have spotlights on them. So a lot of these have, the spotlights also have been taken off of them. So if you want a spotlight, you want to make a fake police car or security car, I guess you're going to have to get you some equipment. Now we come to some of the Dodge Chargers, my personal favorites. And a lot of you don't like the Dodge Charger police cars. You know why. And for you that don't know why, is most of these cars had the V8 in it, the 5.7 Hemi, and they idle for so long that it wears out the cams. The cam doesn't get enough oil. But Indianapolis police cars only have 6-cylinder engines in them, so they can idle a lot longer than the V8 cars. And that's why I'm guessing they chose these. Plus they're cheaper, and we're in Indianapolis, and you don't have to go that fast in Indianapolis to chase somebody down. So it's not that big a deal. V6 police cars all day long. Okay, this Charger is a 2014, and let's see if it has any power. Ooh. Remember what I said about not making any noise? This one's making some noise. So, we better try another V6 Charger. This guy's definitely a rattle trap. So let's go over to this other, oh, this is a 12. This is a 2012 and has some dents here. Wonder what that was from. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell them apart, 12 and 14. They're same body style. So let's see if this will start. All right, let's give this guy a try. Will she start? Oh yeah, that sounds way better. I didn't get the mileage off of this one or that one, but this one has 145,000 miles on it. Let's check it, see if it goes into gear. Yeah, she goes backwards. Yeah, she goes forwards, backwards again. You're moving back and forth, you just cannot drive. Now this Crown Vic behind me, it's a little more special. Not because of engine or any modifications, but all of the IMPD cars are white. But in 2007, they were all gray. 7, maybe 8. I can't remember when they changed them, maybe 9. But for 2-3 years, 1, 2, 3 years, see, this is a 2007. They merged IPD, the Indianapolis Police Department, merged with the Marion County Sheriff's Department to create the Metropolitan Police Department. And when they did that, they changed the colors of the cars. The police, I think the IMPD cars were still white at that time. The Marion counties were brown on brown, tan on brown. So make everybody happy, they just went to a neutral color, a gray. So these were actually pretty good looking cars back in the day. They had this stripe package on it, and it had the new logo on it, the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department on it. It said police right here. So an IMPD was on the back. It said, this is where it used to, yeah, police, Metropolitan Police Department right there. That's what it used to say on it. But then, yeah, the Sheriff Department demerged from the IMPD, which they're still called IMPD, but now the Sheriff's Department is separate from the Indianapolis Police Department. But this is one of the few cars that's left over from, well, it's gone now, but was left over from being merged, Sheriff Department and the city police department. Now, what a lot of you do not know is in 2007, I myself was a reserve deputy for the Marion County Sheriff Department. Actually, before that, I was a reserve deputy in 2000. That's when I started, 2001. In 2007, we merged, and I became a reserve for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. So I worked both sides of the fence, and I don't think I drove a car like this. Mine was still brown and tan, just with the different logos on it. But yeah, this is what everybody else was driving. Now this particular car, it's filthy. It looks like it's been sitting in a tree for a while. It will not start. There's no power at all. So let's hook up that jump pack and see if this will start. All right, we got our hook back up. It's got power. Turn this radio off. Look right here. This is the end of spring. It's hot. This is on heat, so you know this has been sitting for a while, at least since winter, maybe even winter of 2 years ago. Let's see if it'll start. It only has 132,000 miles on it, and it starts right up. Nice. Who knows how long this has been sitting? Oh, it is hot. These cars, sometimes they get lost at roll call sites. Roll call sites will use them for pull cars just for their district, and they get put to the side, and nobody wants to drive it because it's an old pull car. They might have 2 or 3. They keep using those other cars, and eventually it stops running or whatever, and it just sits there. It could have sat there for 2 or 3 years. Who knows how long this has been sitting, but eventually somebody did an audit and they found this one, and they sent it to auction after stripping everything out of it. I don't know if you can see, but it has some green mold right there. So yeah, it's definitely been sitting. You can also see underneath the hood here, it's got cobwebs. It's got some more of that scaling, a lot of cobwebs. So yeah, sitting way too long and near a tree apparently. Even the windshield has got that junk on it. So I would buy this car just for the fact that it's an old gray one. They look so much better than the white ones, I think. I really like this one. The window does not work on this one, this side or that side. Oh, there it goes. Well, look at that line. That has not been open for a while. This one will not go up. I can hear the motor working, but it's not doing anything. Anyway, back to looking at all the cars. More Chargers. 150,000 miles on a what? How come I keep missing a year? 12, it's right there. A 12, another 14, another 12 and 14 right next to each other. 12, a 14, and 11 Vic last year, I think. Another 12. It makes sense because, 11, and then they started using the Chargers, and 12 and the 12, and a Toyota Camry for some reason. Huh, that's cool. This one's a 2009 hybrid Camry, so I don't know if this was used by the city or if this was like a forfeiture car. Forfeiture is like, drugs or whatever. They got caught with the car, and then the police take the car and send it off the auction. So that may have been what this car was, what happened to this car, or it could have been, like we said before, drug task force or child protective services. I mean, that very well could have been what this car was used for. Who knows? But it's time to see if it will run. Oh, it's a hybrid. It's on. Okay. Okay, it just shut off again, but yeah, let's put it in gear and see if it's silent. Silently moves. Silently moves backwards, silently moves forwards. That's why you can't trust a hybrid car. They're just too quiet. You can't go wrong with Toyota though. Toyota has some good hybrids, so I would buy that one if I wasn't scared it'd sneak up on me and, kill me. All right, back to walking. More Crown Vics, more Chargers, an Impala for whatever reason. That must have been an impound. Oh, well, hello there. That is lovely. A 1995 Chevy Caprice. Now, this has been sitting with the window down. That's the only way you're gonna get a line like that. And then somebody rolled it up maybe a couple of years later. Oh yeah. Oh, gross, 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 gross. Oh, that's nasty. Not great on the inside. Looks a lot better on the outside than it does the inside, but that's a good looking car there. Got the cable all strung out on that. See if it hood will open. It's popped already. Oh, okay. There we go. See, it has a V8 in it. Which one does it have? 4.3. Womp womp. Oh well. This probably wasn't a police car because back in the day they would have definitely had bigger V8s in them than that. So this is probably an impound, plus doesn't have has the custom rims on it. So who knows what's going on there? But looks good. Okay, we got more of the fun stuff. The Chevy Traverse. There's an Equinox. Oh, that one's nice. This obviously isn't from the Indianapolis Police Department. I think Greenfield is doing their cars. Yeah, there it is. Greenfield Police Department. Greenfield is in case you don't know, lot smaller police department than Indianapolis. So they, for some reason, the smaller towns have a budget to where they can buy newer, nicer police cars more often than the big cities. I'm guessing because, yeah, they don't have to buy as many. So this only has 83,000 miles. The one behind it is also from Greenfield. Man, that is a lovely car. Wow, that is nice. I would like to get my hands on this, but I know I could not afford one quite this nice. So we'll look at it. We can definitely do that. Oh, look, they left the center console in it and everything. Wow. You just need some security lights. Oh, and it's a V8. But is it making some noise? It is. It is. It's making some noise. Hear it? Time for a cam on this one. Only 83,000 miles on it, so I can hear it when it idles down. Oh, it's bad. It is real bad. Oh, that's sad. I hope I don't know if there's online bidding, but I hope whoever looks at these cars is able to start these up. Okay, I just pulled up the idle and total times on this one. This one idle time is 5,000 idle hours. The total is only 8,600, so that's like 3,000, 5,000 of idle and only 3,600 of actual driving. Way more than half. That's why. Wow, that's bad. That's why the cam is wore out on this car. You can't do that. You cannot. You work for a police department and you drive a V8 Charger, turn it off. Go inside. Sit down. Do your paperwork there. Don't sit in your car. Do your paperwork with your car running. You got to turn it off. If you, unless you just don't care and you want to spend the city's money, this car is going to bring not even half of what it's really worth. I just checked the other one as well. Not as bad, but it's doing it as well. So too many miles, or too many idle times. It's perfect on miles. Too many idle hours. Now let's talk Tahoes. These guys right here, they're beautiful. This is what I want. Actually, I bought one of these already. I haven't told you yet. This one only has 116,000 and it's a 2013. This is a nice truck. Was this Greenfield too? Greenfield, yep. Greenfield Police Department. Now this you can let idle. It's fine. Oh, it has a console in it and everything. Nice. I bet this does not make any noise. I haven't started it up yet. I bet it makes no tapping noise. Nope, not a peep. It sounds wonderful. Still shouldn't cold rev it. Oh man, this is nice. Look at the seats. Cargo area. Lovely truck. But I bought one. The one I bought was wrecked in the side, so I'm putting that one together. This one's gonna go for a lot more money than what I paid for mine. Check out this 2018 Tahoe as well. Man, that's nice. Another Greenfield truck. It's got some, it's faded on the hood. That's weird. But man, it's still a nice truck. You can grab another hood or just paint it. Oh, it's hot in here. Start right up. Oh, dead battery. Womp womp. But I bet you this thing starts and runs, no problems. There are so many police cars here. They even have wrecked ones. So you need parts, got you covered there. They're also selling off a bunch of these trucks. There's a garbage truck, dump truck. They're selling off these Gator things. That a Gator, John Deere thing. And yeah, more city trucks from probably Greenfield and Indianapolis. Another police car just sitting back here. Probably had a bunch of parts robbed off of it. Probably has a bad engine or transmission or something. But well, that's in good shape though. But if you need to get your stuff cleaned up, there's a garbage truck. And yeah, tractors, all sorts of stuff. It just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Now this is not a once a week auction. It's not once a month auction. I don't even know. It just sort of pops up. I've been looking for it and looking for it. And I took a break from looking for it, and then all of a sudden, boom, it pops up and it's tomorrow. So I had to grab the phone and just come out here and look at some of this stuff. But it's crazy. They saved up for it. Maybe they're only doing this once or twice a year, but the other police departments, they didn't have much out here. But IMPD, Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, bunch of stuff. Whole lot of Crown Vics, so don't tell Cletus McFarland or he'll be out here buying all these guys. So, well, I am gonna go and we will come back tomorrow and see how much some of these cars are gonna go for. Hopefully we can snatch one up even. All right, we are back at the auction and things are about to get started. They're lining up all of the cars right now and they're gonna run them through, I guess, just one lane right there. So the thing about bidding at an auction is you can bid on the first car and you probably get a good deal. And then all the cars after that, they're probably gonna be a bit higher. And then probably towards the end, once everybody gets their fill, they're probably gonna be a lot cheaper. But look at all of these police cars. I mean, it's just massive. It's ridiculous how many cars there are here today. All right, looks like we're starting to get things started. Well, there goes the first car right now. Looks like he's got about $2 grand on it right now. Seems a little bit high, but yeah, $2,300 on it. 2,300. Yep, there it goes. $2,300 for that Crown Vic right there. So the first one's a little high. I think it'll go a little bit cheaper later. This guy right here just went for $1,100. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. One went with 23, one went with 1,200. It is so loud out here. Got one of the Dodge Chargers coming through right now. Where are they at? It is hard to tell. You have to be really careful because these guys are $2,800 on that one. It is so loud in here, so I hope you can hear me okay. But a lot of these Crown Vics are going for under $1,500. A lot of them are kind of beat up, but we're going to look at this one. This is a 2010, and it has 130,000 miles on it right now, and it's getting ready to go up on the block. So I'm About 1,500 bucks on this one. So 12. It's got 12 on it. You got 1,400, 15, 1,700 on that one. I think it'll go over $2,000 on this one. 17 is rolling it out. They're still bidding on it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that was just under $2,000 on that one. So that was a good deal. That's a pretty good looking car. So I'm gonna step out of the building a little bit so you can hear. It is super loud in there. I'm not sure how the audio is gonna sound on that. But basically, the Crown Vics are bringing $1,200 to $2,000. The Dodge Chargers, they're a little bit higher. They're about $3,000 to $3,700 right now. So it's going to be best if we just let those people bid for a little while and get it out of their system. More police cars. That one's in rough shape right there. Crown Vics, all the Crown Vics. They are all over the place. They're pretty much just getting rid of all of their Crown Vics. The Crown Vics are really outdated, and they're starting to show their age. Now this black one's nice. I'm gonna guess it's gonna go for about 2,500 bucks. There's two black ones. It's best to come out here and listen to these cars. This one has a little bit of a miss. I don't think you can hear it, but it was puffing a little bit. These cars, man, they will clean up though, and you can make some money. This one had antennas on the back right there, and the what's called the, is it the VRM for the VRM for the dispatch radios and the computers. So a lot of these have the holes in them for the network antennas. So that's something you gotta take care of. There's another black one right there. That one looks nice too. That's a good looking car. So the black ones are going to go a lot higher. These white ones, they're kind of beat up. Look, we got a van too that's going to go through. But we got a long way till we get to the Tahoes. Now, most of these cars I have not even looked at. So you got about a minute from about there to about there, and it's going to be sold. So if you have not looked at these cars ahead of time, you're going to have to do a real quick scan of it and hope your mechanical skills are on power so you don't get a lemon. Listen to the car, look at the miles over the driver's shoulder, and listen for any ticks, noises, missing out, all that fun stuff. Now here's the 2011 Vic right here. 130,000 miles on this one. Not bad shape. Sounds good. Got good tires on it. And it's not all rusted up. Some scuff marks on her. Not bad. Not bad. We'll see what this one goes for. Now the one before it, it's got some rusties on it, but it's at 800. They're trying to get 9 on it right now. They're rolling it out. Looks like it went for $800 on that one. Now let's see what this old guy goes for. That's a 2011. 130,000 miles on it. 11, 12, 13. Oh, it's going good. It's a good looking car. 2,100 on it. Trying to get 2,100 on it right now. $2,100. $2,200 on it. They're still bidding on that same car. 25. We got 25 on it. There's a screen up there that you can see the bid. 25.50. Sold for 25.50 on that one. That was a good looking car. All right, up next is a 2010. Now, it's got $700 on it. A lot of these have been going for $700, $800, $900 that are over about 150,000 miles on it. They got a little bit of rust on it. Only the clean ones are going for good money. So it's got 850 on it right now. See that rust on it? Got a little bit of rust on it. Looks like 950 on that one. Getting ready to go out the door. Oh, here comes one of the black ones. It got 9.5 on that one.
15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 1900, 18, 19, 1900, got it by 1.5.
Well, see, the black one's going more. It's got a little bit of rust on it, but it's 1900. 1900 on it right now. Not a bad looking car though. It will clean up. Just has a little bit of rust on that other quarter panel. Here comes another black one. That one got 1900. Let's see what this one goes for.
Come on, car. Number 30, X30.
All right, it's already up to $2,300, $24,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $3,000. Holy cow, how many miles are on this one? This one has 151,000 miles on it, but it's getting a lot more money than that other one, and it's not that much different. It's a little bit cleaner. What do you get? $3,400 on it. $3,400 on that one. And here comes the gray one that we looked at yesterday. See, we know a little something about this one. Oh, gee, it's not sounding too good up in the lanes. Is this the same one or is this a different one? It might be the same one. Definitely does not sound good. Look at that junk. It's nasty. Should we bid on this? Not sounding good right now. Well, I just looked inside and the temperature gauge is pegged on that one. It is overheating like a monster, so probably has a bad head gasket on it. So we're not going to mess with this one. Let's see what it goes for at least. 5, 6, 7. Man, $700. This is a parts car right here. I'm not sure she's going to make it back to the lanes. It is, it's hot. Oh, wait a minute. Those were fake bids. It's only $550. That wasn't even a real bid. There she goes. 550 bucks. Well, not bad. One coming in on a tow truck.
What's the number on it?
Not the tow truck, but the car behind it.
As is, miles over twice.
Oh, it looks like they have a Ford Taurus up. 2011 Ford Taurus. Front-wheel drive. And it's on the back of the tow truck, so that's going to affect the price for sure. $500-600 bucks on it. 500. Sometimes it's kind of hard to know when they have a real bid, but if he yaps like that, you know they got a bid on it. So 550 bucks on that one right there. That's not bad. We've got another one of the Dodge Chargers coming up. Let's see what it goes for. Looks like $2,000 on it. That's not a bad deal right there if they got a current bid. $2,200 on that one. One of the 6-cylinder cars, 2014 rear-wheel drive. So 24, 5, 6. It's getting there. $3,100. 3,000. No. 32. He's just going to go back and forth. There we go. $3,200 on that. That's about what these things have been going for. And they're still going and going and going. Looks like they're about halfway done. So maybe now we can start to get some good deals. Sometimes it's better just come outside and look at them and then follow through. This one has a bit of a dent right there, so a lot of potholes in Indianapolis, even for the police. But this one's filthy, absolutely filthy, but it runs good, it sounds good. It's been sitting out here idling and it's not overheating, so that's a good thing. Maybe we can get something on that one. It's got a little bit of rust on that fender on this side, but I just like it because it's filthy and it'll clean up. There's that Toyota Camry hybrid we looked at. All right, here comes the Crown Vic that we looked at outside. Let's see what it's going to go for. I haven't started the bid yet, so the driver's seat's not bolted down on this one for some reason. They just take these cars apart and send them. Does already have $1,000 bid on, or he just no? Where's he at? It's 1,100. 1,100 on that one. That's higher than I thought it would go. 1,300, 1,200. No, he's at 12. He's at 12. He's looking for 13 right now, so it's going to sell for $1,200. 1,250. No, 1,200. It's a little confusing here. You got to keep on your toes.
231.
Yeah, looks like our Toyota Camry's going out for 22, 23. Well, it's going up now, 2,500. They always seem to go up a little bit more when they leave. That's because people aren't sure if they have a real bid or what. But as soon as that car leaves, it goes up. 2,700 is I guess going to go for it. 2,700. Nice. Good deal. Well, it looks like they're starting to fill up a little bit. So the prices on these Crown Vics are starting to hit 12, 11, 1,300, 1,500 for the good ones. So they're coming down. I'm more of an under $1,000 person myself. So if you want to see the difference, this one's under 100,000 miles. It's $5,200 that one sold for. So yeah, if they're under 100,000 miles, you're going to get pretty good money on them. I'm not sure what you can sell those for. I think about 6,000, 65, maybe 7,000 with that low of miles. So they'll make a couple $1,000s off of that. They're with another Crown Vic that sells, getting ready to sell for $1,400. So, yeah, the nicer sound Crown Vics are like $1,300 to $1,500. The old beat-up ones are around about $1,000 right now. Now, this might be the last Crown Vic. I don't see any more out there. So, let's see what this guy goes for. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1,000 on it. Not bad. 13, 12. Oh, they got 1,200 now. He's looking for $1,300 on it. So you got to really listen. Make sure you get the right numbers on that. Pay attention to the screen too up there. So he got it for $1,200. It's not bad. They're going okay. Here comes our Caprice up here. This one is going to do one of two things. It's either not going to get any money or it's going to get all the money. I'm guessing it's probably going to get all the money, unless you look inside and see how nasty and disgusting it is. Yeah, they just sold that 300M right there for, well, they're still bidding on it. It's $3,200 on it right now. It's 2011 300M for 32. They're still trying to, yeah, there it goes, $3,200 it's sold for. That's a good deal right there. All right, here we go on the Caprice. Let's see what it brings. I'm going to guess $2,000 to $2,300. If it goes cheap, maybe it's $500. So we'll see what it goes here. $3,000. He's asking $3,000. See, it says right there, asking $3,000. So that's not a bid. That's what he's asking. And he's asking $2,500 for it. Nobody's bidding on that at $2,500. Now they're having a discussion.
That's what I've been doing all day. 5, 600,
there it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
11, 1100, 12, 13, 14.
There it goes. Now see up at the screen it says current bid. That's how you're gonna know what you got going on there. $1,500.
15, 16.
I'd almost buy that for that kind of money, but I don't know. Oh, there it goes, $1,600. It's going to creep up there a little bit more. 17. Apparently, you can bid online on these cars too. Maybe I should have done that because it's crazy here, but it's more fun. Way more fun. $1,700 on the bid. There we go, $1,700. Was that a good deal? I don't know. Maybe. Well, it looks like they're bringing in the Greenfield police cars now, the ones with the tickety taps on them. So let's go listen to these real quick. This one's not bad. That one maybe, that's 83,000 miles on it. This one, I can hear from here. Nope, that's that van up there. So. Are these the same one we looked at yesterday, or are these another car? I can't tell. But these seem a lot quieter. Now, up next after that is the Tahoes. I would really, really like to have that one, but it's going to go, that one's going to go high. And that one will probably go, I'm going to guess about $5,000 on that one right there. So, but I already have one like that, so Need another one? Kind of need another one. All right, looks like we got a Greenfields up here, and these are the two cars. I don't see any more Greenfield cars. They were tapping yesterday. They're not doing it today, so I don't know what changed, but they're going to go for some good money. I would just be worried about these because I heard them tapping good. Now, maybe they just sat for a long time and they just needed some oil up there on those lifters. So they were sitting out there running for about 10 or 15 minutes before they pulled them in here. Maybe it's going to be okay. I hope somebody gets a good deal on these cars. So they're almost $9,500 right now. They're going to go ahead and send them out. Bidding's starting to slow down on these. That's the problem with bidding at online. You can't hear the engines on this. $9,500 on that one. Let's see what the next one goes for. Well, they're sending out the other one at almost $8,000. So a little bit cheaper than that last one, but it's not over yet. That one has less miles on it. That one has 83,000. The other one had like 9,000 some odd miles on it. So $8,300. I would say that was a better deal. It's kind of weird. Not so bad as long as it stops tapping. So now we got our 18 Tahoe. I really like to have this one. This is a four-wheel drive. Yep, it's a four-wheel drive and everything. I like the two-wheel drives myself, but let's see what it goes for. Well, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12,000. Boy, it is going hot and heavy. They're loving that one. 12, 5, 6 on that one, 7 on it, 8 on it, 9 on it, 13. They're having a little bit of a bidding war here, but I still think it's well worth it on that truck. 13. How many miles does it say up there? I don't see it. It says it under 100,000 miles on it. Or is it? No, it's just over. I can't tell. I can't see from here. It's either just under or just over 100,000 miles on it. Wow. It is going. He was asking for a $15,000 opening bid on it. He didn't get it, so he dropped it all the way down to $10,000. Now it's reaching all the way. There it is, $15,000 bid. That's what the auctioneer wanted to start with and begin with. And it's going over that. And it's gone. It's out the door, and they're still bidding on it. That's when you make your better deals, is after it's already left the auction house. Now it's 16. Well, it's still going. They're not slowing down yet either. That's all you need is two people on it. It's just the same two guys going back and forth on this one. 16-7, finally. Wow. I would have bought it for that. I'm pretty sure I would have bought it for that. I think that's a good deal on that truck. All right, they're going to try to start this other, this white one up for, they're asking 10, asking 9. He's asking 5. I don't think he's going to get opening bid of $5,000. Probably about 2,000. Yep, he got it. He got 5,000. He asked for it and he got it. So that only really happens with the public people. I don't think that happens a whole lot with the dealers. The auctioneer is going to try to start high. That's his job. Dealers usually like to come in low. I thought that was going to start at about $2,500, but 6, 7, 7,000. So that's going pretty good right now. Wow. $8,000 on that one. Rolling it out. Let's see what it goes for. Well, just rolled out for $8,000. So another good deal. You can get some good stuff here. I don't have $8,000 to spend, but if I did, I'd probably spend it on that. I think you can get about $10,000 off of that. Make a couple $1,000 on it. Well, it looks like they found a few more Crown Vics to run through the auction here. So that might be the end of the Crown Vics. I don't see any more cars coming up. So Let's see what these last Crown Vics go for. Looks like we got another Tahoe up for sale, and it's at 15.1 right now. That's a nice looking truck. I did not see that one back there. It just has a current bid of 15 even on it right now. So he's trying to get 1,600 out of it. So let's see if it goes for 1,600 or 16,000.
You bought it. Thank you. 16 grand, 149.
16.
149.
Looks like they had a reserve or something on that one. So we came to a deal. The guy on the auction block is the one selling it. Man on the auction block. So these cars belong to him, I guess. So I don't know how that works. He's a representative or something. But he sold that Tahoe for $16,000. And apparently he's also representing these Crown Vics. So let's see what they go for. Looks like they're at 17, 18, 1,800, 18.5 on these. These are a little bit nicer cars. So they're about 2,000, but we're close to the end. So maybe people are running out of money, but there's still a lot of folks here. So we got two, 2,100. Oh, $2,100 I will look for. The rest of these will probably go for about the same amount. They just sent another couple of Crown Vics through. One went for 1,500. That was a little bit rougher. The other one went for like that was 1,900. This one's stuck at $1,500 right here. $1,500 on that one too. Not bad. So now they are all done with the regular auction cars. What they're doing now is they're inside and they have pictures up on the screen and they're auctioning off all of these guys right here. All this junk that doesn't run, that's been crashed and parts have been taken off of them, all that stuff right here is being sold. I mean, there's a few complete cars that may or may not be able to run, such as this Crown Vic. You know, who knows if this is going to be something that's going to fire up. Some of these probably have bad engines in them, bad transmissions in them. For whatever reason, they don't run. And then they're going to auction off this heavy equipment and these old lawnmowers and generators that have been sitting around for a very long time. This is a really old logo for Indianapolis. So I don't know where these things have been sitting, but apparently they've been found now and they're going to be auctioned off. So we're not going to hang around for that part of it. Oh yeah, don't forget the garbage trucks and the dump trucks and all of that. But this is a good auction. I asked, and they said they have it about once every other month or so. So it's Kessler Schaefer Auto Auction on the northwest side of Indianapolis. So if you're looking for a pretty good deal on some police cars or just something to flip and sell, well, this is probably the place you want to be. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Street Rat Garage. Until next time.